Stop, which will stop you signing up to any UK registered gambling website. Take control of your recovery. Search Talk, Ban, Stop.
If you leave your customers happier than Larry, if you always take your boots off at the door, if you tend to get given the good biscuits, you might have what it takes to join the Trusted Trader professionals. Millions of people use trustatrader.com to find reputable, recommended tradespeople like you. So if you're looking for more business and even more good biscuits, apply to join us at
Oh, football, you've gotta love it. The thrills, the spills, the absolute limbs. But in all the excitement, make sure you keep your feet on the ground with all the latest sporting news every weekday afternoon from 1 with Hawksby and Jacobs.
This is Paul Hawksby and Andy Jacobs.
And not forgetting all the latest form and odds with Paddy Power. Hawksby and Jacobs on TalkSport with Paddy Power. With Paddy's Super Sub, your bet now rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, speak up and away.org.
TalkSport traffic and travel with My Dear, driving down the cost of cooling and heating.
Now this is what I don't get, and loads of drivers do all the time. It's like the speed up going over the 30 mile an hour sign before they get to the national speed limits. You're only supposed to really increase your speed when you pass them. See them vehicles in front of me, they put the foot down well before they hit the national speed limit. And I see it all the time. If I'm in the 30 zone and the national speed limit is, say, 100 metres away, the amount of times I get grief off drivers to say, like, come on, hurry up, what you doing? I says, no, no, it's still a 30 zone until we actually get to the national speed limit sign. There's a log wagon in front of me, and there's a cyclist in front of the log wagon. Once again, wearing the dullest of clothes, and this is a really busy A road, this. I mean, I'd want to be lit up like a Christmas tree, but these cyclists just persist are wearing camouflage, and then the first the wins when they get hit. But notice how I'm keeping my distance from the vehicles in front. I always keep my distance, because if they brake suddenly, I'm into the back of them. And they're all bunched up together. And even, I've not got a dash cam behind us, but there's a fella who's literally right up my backside. Still behind the cyclist. I'm keeping well distanced from the cars in front. I mean, look at that. Not only is he in the middle of the bloody road, I mean, look. I'm going to overtake safely, but what an absolute prat. That is just ridiculous. Yes, I know I might be exaggerating in the middle of the road, but he's all over the place. Unbelievable. And as I said before, he wasn't wearing any bright clothing or out like that. There's people like that give cyclists such a bad name. Cyclist out. Once again, no bright clothing at all.
I think they should. I really do. And I support England probably more than I support Tottenham. So I would certainly want the English lads to get the break that they need. But unfortunately, they're not going to sell a tour without the best players.
Okay, thanks for that, Dave. I don't think there's any football fan in the country that's going to disagree with that.
I think you'll get one or two that would say they get paid enough, so they should go wherever the club tells.
Very good point, you do. Remember the story you told me about your cash machine? Remember that? He had one in his front room. Still comes the show enjoyed by you. Can't wait for that. He's coming into the studio in about 5 minutes time. Stick around for that. First, of course, it's time for No Google. One, and of course, we've been talking about Spurs and Newcastle and their post-season trip to Australia. So we want to know which Australian player has the most number of Premier League appearances.
I'll get that.
Yeah, another cyclist. Really dull clothing on a main road.
1089 and 1053 medium way.
They just don't get it, do they?
On the app, on the smart speaker.
March into football.
Talk Sport.
Just blends in so much with all the bushes and everything, man. Got a white helmet on. Unreal.
Still to come on our show, we've got a wonderful chat with the chairman of the EFL, Rick Parry. He'll be joining us. You must stick around for that in about 2 minutes' time. We'll be joined in the studio by UFC flyweight soon-to-be champion of the world, in my opinion, the wonderful Mohammed Mokaev will be joining me and Betty right after we have heard the news headlines with the wonderful Sinead Garvan.
Talk Sport News.
Thanks, Andy. Yes, good afternoon. Prince William's made a touching remark about wanting his wife by his side as he visited a homeless charity in Sheffield today. Kate's not back to royal duties until after Easter. Speculation about her whereabouts has been rife in the past couple of weeks until she sorted out shopping over the weekend. Elsewhere today, the Crown Prosecution Service says the first sentencing for cyber flashing in England and Wales proves that hiding behind a screen does not hide you from the law. 39-year-old Nicholas Hawkes has been jailed for just over 15 months. He sent explicit images to a teenage girl and woman. Sophie Gallagher was a victim of cyber flashing in 2017 and campaigned for it to become a crime.
It was really shocking, it was really upsetting, it felt like a complete violation. I think we minimise things that happen online, but actually your phone is incredibly, it's personal, it's private, you carry it with you all the time, you use it all the time, and it felt like such an invasion.
And after years of speculation as to who will be the next James Bond, one man has now reportedly secured the job. The Sun saying Aaron Taylor-Johnson of Kick-Ass and Marvel fame has been officially offered the role, and the producers are waiting to hear back.
Talk Sport with Bostik. If you need a professional grade sealant with high mold resistance, easy tooling and minimal shrinkage, choose Boston Pro Sealants.
Gareth Southgate is in the running for the United job if Eric Ten Hag is sacked, and the Culture Secretary's told Talk Sport the football regulator won't disrupt the game. Alex will have more at 5.
Reasons to like Talk Sport. 1, 2, 3. Football goals and cricket, the season ticket. A punt on a whippet and goals. A bit of Super Rally, the dance at Ellie Pelly. The next Abbey Valley and Cranbourne Bowls. Addy on the depot, the old firm life from Glasgow. Leather on the willow, plus Perry Groves. Premier League footballers, runners, riders, ballers. Lots of angry callers and it goes. Don't be a blockhead. Listen to Talk Sport on DAB Digital.
There we go. Classic red light runner there.
Smart speaker, Talk Sport.
Do you know what? There's been loads of nasty smashes on that junction. And I say to myself, how can you have smashes on a 30 mile an hour like road? But that's exactly what happens, what you've just seen there. They run the red light, and then someone's gone fast the other way and they just bang, collide together. That's a classic example. I mean, I've only been driving on this bit for 18 minutes, and how many things I've seen. It's unreal. Yes, you might think they're nitty and picky and all that, but these things all matter for people's safeties and that, man.
A very good afternoon to flyweight contender, soon to be, in our opinion, champion of the world, Mohammed Mokaev joins us. Hello, Mohammed. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
It's lovely to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. You've just taken your glasses off, right? But you look good with them on. Why have you taken them off?
I look at math teacher.
You look like a maths teacher. Imagine those students giving it to your lads, and then you go, come on then, let's have some. We're really honoured that you've come in to have a chat with us this afternoon. We're big fans of yours, and we're big fans of the UFC as well. And from what we understand, you're unbeaten at every level, right? How much you're a professional, so you are.
I'm going to have to get a cam from the back of my taxi, I think, like, because I've got one chap in front of me now, and I'm in a 30 zone, and he's cursing under his voice. He's so agitated because I'm doing 30, and he's probably running late. He's in a hurry.
Your story of how
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get a cam for the back.
came over to England, and you
People get so agitated when you stick to the speed limit. It's unbelievable.
Maybe to you for the first time exactly how difficult it's been for you to get where you are today.
I came to UK as a refugee in 2012, going to school, doesn't know any English, still doesn't know proper English. I mean, don't know the culture, don't know the British jokes. Which
There we are, someone trying to sneak in.
Pakistan a little bit different, you know, like jokes here and then. I know I live here, I understand more, but I used to take this everything personal, and I think all this situation with like refugee status, with like home office and stuff, I think it made me who I am today strong, made me like a bulletproof like a mind, and all the challenges I think I went through, really thankful. It's made me who I am today.
You know, you spoke about your journey, and I remember hearing a story about Francis Ngannou and his story, and obviously he came to the country. Does it give you guys that little bit extra, a bit of edge, because he did what he did with his journey, you talk about your journey?
God, the state of these roads, man.
I think it does. You just want to change your life, change your family's life. You don't want your kids to see same struggles as you've seen. I want to see childhood, but I have missed it. But
I mean, I can do a 10-hour shift, and how many sort of things have we seen already?
change my family, do something good, and motivate all the younger generation. They come from different country, they move to another country, don't have to be refugee.
Another cyclist on there.
Having good family, move to Australia.
Really dull clothing, once again.
Have your friends up, have some struggles, you know, in your life.
Ah, a little bit brighter.
You never lost.
Always got to be careful on this section because it's so busy with people coming in and out because of the shops. Loads of kids about and all.
We'll talk more about you in a minute, just now. I'm curious, as a 12-year-old, presumably then you weren't thinking, I want to be a UFC cage fighter. How did you get into it? Why did you choose this route?
I chose my father just sent me to Wigan Youth Zone. It's like a youth centre.
To where in Wigan?
Yes, in Wigan.
Yeah.
Very famous town, right?
Yeah. Why Wigan? How did that come about?
I mean, like home office just sent me there.
That's where you're going?
Yeah.
Okay.
You go to Wigan.
Right, okay.
Whatever the decision is, I think it was a good decision.
Yeah, of course.
Because if they send me somewhere where, like, example London, there's Russian speakers here, I've been comfortable zone, not learning anything, but I know so far, finding maybe different friends, but I was there in Wigan on my own, like, no translators, nobody, just basically surviving, like,
At what age of 12?
age of 12.
Not on your own,
Just with my father,
In Wigan.
Wigan. I mean, it's a good town, it's a lot of community. I moved to Manchester for a bit later, and I went back to Wigan.
Coming through the bypass and these roundabouts where most folk don't know how to drive on them.
So how did you get into UFC?
So I started training in wrestling. Keep winning like British championships in wrestling like 7 times, and I want to participate in like world championships in Olympics, but I couldn't because I didn't get British passport at that time. So I just didn't want to waste my career time. I went to MMA, wanted somebody beat me, and I train more, challenge.
Presumably, you enjoyed it. It must be in your blood fighting, right? Because if at 12 years old, that's a route I couldn't have taken, right? I just couldn't have done it. It's not in me. But you must have enjoyed it the first time. Look at these hands. I've never seen a day's work of it. But you must have enjoyed it from the minute you started fighting. You must have enjoyed it.
I enjoy it, and at the same time I want to have something on my table in my house. You know, I want to earn money. I want to help my father. My father born in 1955, so he helped me a little bit to grow. Now I have to be his sponsor, you know. So I have to look at my father. I understand. You know, that he helped me. He brought me to UK. He's like everything to me. Eventually I have to be his sponsor, you know. I have to look after him. Parent for me is number one in my culture, and I have to do something. I don't want to be in the same situation, be like a refugee 5 pounds.
I mean, look at that car. He's gone all the way around the roundabout and he's in the outside
I
lane.
want to be delivered
Anything past 12 o'clock, you're in the right lane, but he's in the inside lane, decides to get all the way around.
Don't disrespect delivery driver, but you can't, in this country you can achieve so much things. The gates open for you. You can be so great. So you can't tell the kids that achieve something.
Someone who came from Dagestan is another great
Yes.
player, Khabib. Now, do you have much contact with him? Look what he's come to achieve, one of the best UFC fighters ever. Is that the route that you want to take, and is he someone you looked up to?
100% I think he's a great model inside and most important outside of the octagon, because now these days everybody can hold the champion belt, but what we do outside the octagon, he doesn't promote alcohol, he doesn't party, he gives back to community, he does a lot of charities. I think he's a great example, and I can easily say if you have a kid, this is the people you have to show as role models.
Your last fight was against Alex Perez. That was at the beginning of March, so just over 2 weeks ago. What was the next week? Because you should be number one contender. You should be getting a title shot. But my understanding is that Dana White hasn't okayed that, vetoed that one. Is that right?
It's not like Dana White, it's a matchmaker.
Okay.
They told me before the fight, if you finish Alex Perez, you're fighting for the belt.
Right.
I didn't finish Alex Perez. I didn't feel well in the morning on the fight. I know, like, casual fans, they don't care how you feel. It's like they will say it's excuses, but I just getting out there. It's not just me. 95% of the fighters doesn't go well in the training camp going into fight. Not really 100%. It was me that fight day. I just have to beat myself.
So you won on a decision in that fight.
I won unanimous decision.
But you didn't. When you say finish him, you didn't sort of knock him out.
Didn't knock him out in some beating, but some spectacular. UFC is more highlight. Yes. Instead of sport anymore. They want more drama. More. Sometimes I'm quiet guy. Sometimes I'm crazy. But they give opportunity to rank number 10. Steve Irsig, who has only 3 fights in UFC. I have more finishes in UFC than his fights in UFC. I don't know why they do this, but what me and my team decided, fighting everybody in this division, they can't delay, but they cannot deny my destiny.
How hard is that? Because you're 12 now. You're beating everyone who's in front of you. You're ranked number 1. You're expected to fight for the title. You don't get it. How hard is it then for you to kind of go, okay, and keep your composure? Because I'm sure a lot of people will be angry with you. They've earned the right for the title. They haven't got given it. Well, how are you in your head? You're just like, okay, I'll just keep doing what I do.
I was hungry. First couple, like 6-7 hours, I'm hungry. Texting my team on the group chat. I said, what this guy is doing? And they said, they're like, your time will come. I said, what are you talking about? My time? Like, getting angry after his time as well. But my time getting angry. They're like, you're 23 years old. The champion, because you've been in UFC so long, he's just become recently champion. He's 30, like 3, 34. So I believe I can beat them. I believe I have everything. I'm always confident to go inside the cage. Always be there, but I'm angry. But so many things have gone through my life. After hardship, become easy. You have to just have to sometimes relax, work out, be thankful what we have at the age of 23, ranked number 7 in the world, undefeated, 35 fight winning streak, and my family doesn't need anything. I look already after my family, not just my family, my friends, my team, and relax, calm down. It's hard. Who cares? Just have to go, keep going.
Well, listen, thank you for coming in. Are you training at the moment? Because it's Ramadan, right?
Yes, it's Ramadan. I'm still
So no indication at all from that car in front of me.
from like half 6 p.m. till like.
I thought he was going to be parking up in front of there because he wasn't indicating.
So you wake up, you set your alarms so you can take more fluids and
Silly little
I
things.
go now back to Wigan.
Silly little things.
you're not running to Wigan, are you?
No.
Okay.
I go to this, I'm running,
Yeah.
eat, and then I don't sleep till morning. I go to mosque, pray.
Alright.
And Andy said he'd love to come to Wigan and train with you, like martial arts.
Welcome, brother.
Yeah, I'm not Andy. That's Andy. It's tradition for UFC UFC fighters to come in and show us their favourite move on Darren Ben. Will you do that for us?
Anytime, bro.
Take him down, I guess. Take him down. Listen, we're huge fans of the UFC. We get very excited when certainly big names like yourself come into the studio and share a 15, 20-minute chat with us. So we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for that. When are you next fighting before I let you go? Do you know when your next fight is?
I heard there's like UFC coming to Manchester in
Yes,
July.
we hear that as well.
I'm already, I don't need to don't send me contract to UFC. I'm just sign for me. I'm there, you know. I'm just gonna be there
Okay, maybe being weird.
in DW Stadium.
One day. Why not? One day. Why not the belt?
Everything is possible.
Thank you. Well, you proved that, certainly with your journey so far. Thank you so much, a real pleasure.
Thank you.
And a reminder, don't forget everyone that TalkSport's brand new MMA YouTube channel is live, and we are kicking off in styles. Adam Capture is joined for an exclusive interview with the biggest name in the sport, Conor McGregor. So search for TalkSport's MMA YouTube channel and don't forget to subscribe. Now over on TalkSport 2 this evening, a reminder at 5:45, you can hear Chelsea's first leg of their quarterfinal against Ajax in the Women's Champions League. Ian Dancher is your commentator for that one. He's got all the team news for us now. Dan, good evening to you.
Evening to you, boys. This is the one trophy that's eluded Emma Hayes in her entire time as the Chelsea women's manager. Of course, she bows out at the end of this season. One final chance then to lift the Women's Champions League trophy. They've won every quarter-final they've participated in, Chelsea. This is their 5th tonight, and they are unchanged from their 3-1 win against Arsenal in the WSL on Friday night. So it's Hannah Hampton in goal.
Hello. I'm here to pick up somebody called Helen Orn.
Helen?
Yeah. Does it ring a bell?
Behind Lauren James, who scored so many in the WSL but hasn't scored yet in the Women's Champions League this season. They're up against an Ajax side who came through a really tough group against the likes of Bayern, Roma and Paris Saint-Germain, and against all the odds made it to the quarter-finals. But their captain and leading light at the back, Sherida Spitzer, is out suspended. So that is a blow for the Dutch side. There are over 34,000 fans expected in the Johan